Did you know that your emotional intelligence can be a bigger predictor of success than your IQ? People with high emotional intelligence tend to be more productive, healthier, have better relationships, and make better decisions. Imagine going through life's ups and downs with a clear mind, turning obstacles into opportunities. Wouldn't that be great? What if you could control your emotions, not just to survive, but to succeed? What if I tell you that if you take control of your emotions, you can reshape your life like never before and become unstoppable? Hi, I'm Mollen, and in this video I will tell you just that. So stick around to discover the steps that you can take today to enhance your emotional intelligence and why it could be one of the most valuable skills you'll ever learn. And if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, it costs you literally nothing, and it helps us a lot. Plus, we have great stuff coming up your way. To be able to succeed in our personal and professional lives, we need to be able to successfully manage your emotions. Emotional intelligence is crucial for our personal development and for our success. So it's time for you to start understanding and managing your emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of other people, so you are able to improve your personal and professional relationships. Emotional intelligence is key to strong decision making, building empowering relationships, and it's definitely key to your success. But let's see, what is exactly emotional intelligence? I mean, we hear about it, but do we know what it is? Do you know what it is? Well, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage not only your emotions, but also those of others. I must say, this is a topic that fascinates me because it has the power of truly shape your life. Take a look around you. People who know how to control their emotions are generally more successful and happier. And yes, I know, it's not always easy. In fact, it's quite difficult at times. But with the right steps, you can start moving in the right direction. And eventually, depending on your efforts, you'll become a master at it. I must say I'm still a work in progress myself, but I've come a long way. And if I can do it, so can you. So let's see. You have to start by being aware of your own emotions and of the emotions of the people around you. Not an easy job at first, but when you learn it, you'll be able to improve your interactions with others, communicate more effectively, reduce stress, make better decisions, and overcome challenges and obstacles. Doesn't this sound amazing? So from now on, you need to pause before reacting. So let's see. Next time you find yourself in a tense situation, you are going to take a breath and think before you respond. This will help you avoid some reactions that you might regret later. While you take those moments before you respond, try to identify what are you really feeling. Are you angry, hurt, lost, rejected, disappointed, or maybe just a bit uncomfortable? By simply identifying your true emotions, it might make them feel less intense. I'll give you an example. I used to blush a lot. I still do, but much less now. And I absolutely hate it. Often when I found myself in situations where I felt uncomfortable, I would blush. And then, instead of trying to identify what I was really feeling and make it better, no, I would make it even worse. The combination of feeling uncomfortable plus the blushing, which made me very vulnerable and would make me so angry and stressed. So what started just with a manageable and comfortable situation would quickly escalate into these intense emotions of anger and stress, making everything worse. And by identifying the wrong emotion, I would also communicate in the wrong way. But once I learned to correctly identify my emotions, realizing that what I was actually feeling was just discomfort, I learned to take a moment, see that it was not as bad as it seemed, and respond to the situation in a much more intelligent way. And honestly, I don't even take it seriously anymore. So if you see me blushy, just ignore it because I don't care. Another example. If I really felt angry about something, I used to explode. I confess it still happens at times, but much less now. I've learned to identify my anger and deal with the situation in a smarter way. I've also learned to pick my battles, which is very, very important. So see, just the fact that you stop to identify what you are really feeling, just that simple step will calm you down. And then get curious about. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? How would I like to feel instead? What can I do to handle this right now? And what can you learn from it? And I promise you, as time goes by, it gets easier. Because you are more and more able to manage your emotions. And when you find yourself again in a situation where you are feeling a similar emotion, you just have to remember a time where you felt something similar and remember how you handle it. Let's say you are feeling a bit depressed. Have you ever been in a situation in the past where you feel this way and you were able to handle it in a positive way by yourself? So try to remember what you did then and what you focused on, and now try to do the same. So what works for me if I'm feeling a bit down is exercise. Whether I go for a run, a walk, a swim, or any other cardio workout, or even yoga, that will also work. Even if I have to drag myself at first and my performance might not be the best, but I know for sure I will come back feeling better, with more energy, with clarity. So this is what works for me. But now it's time for you to identify your own emotions and what works for you. Over time you need to test your approaches and see what works best, and you'll get there. Now let me know in the comments what works for you. I would love to know, because I'm still a work in progress, and I love to hear what works for other people and sometimes test it on myself. Now let's see what we covered so far. Now you know that by managing your emotions you gain control of your life, correct? You also know how to manage those emotions, hopefully. So whenever you experience an intense negative emotion, you need to take a moment to identify what you are truly feeling. This simple step alone can reduce the intensity of the emotion. And then you have to handle that emotion on a positive way and replace that negative, limited emotion with a new one, a more positive one, a more constructive one. Does this make sense? Okay, great. Let's move on. Now, how can emotional intelligence help you build positive relationships? Well, my friend, it starts with developing empathy for others. What this means is that you have to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Try to understand situations from another person's perspective. That alone will change how you react, how you respond to the situation. Also pay close attention to what others are saying and try to understand their emotions. This will enhance your empathy and your social skills, which will help you create positive relationships. One last tip. If you find yourself in a situation where conflict arises, the key here is to stay open-minded and seek some common ground. And remember, compromise is not a dirty word. It's not a sign of weakness. It's quite the opposite. It's often the only way to resolve issues and strengthen relationships. Improving emotional intelligence is a continual process that requires dedication and consistent practice. It's a journey. By focusing on these practices, you will grow, you will succeed, and you will become unstoppable. So stay committed. I'm Mollen, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.